there's Phillips heads in here. And like I said, I've already replaced these bolts on this thing, but there's no telling. Replace these bolts on here, but there's no telling if they're actually what's going on here. So I know the wiring harness isn't good. So I went with a little bit brighter bulb. Should probably handle that with some gloves, but I'm not really concerned. And then I'm going to get back in here and remove this little plate needs to come out so that I can expose the actual wiring itself. Try to keep all this stuff together. Good spot here. And these got rubber seals. I'll bring this to you so you can see. This is another, it's got some Phillips heads in here to remove this piece from the truck here. You can see that it come loose there like that. And then you can get in here. See, there's a way disconnected. Inside of this housing, inside of this frame here, there's a rubber seal that will keep everything from getting moisture in there. So you can do that. There you go. So that just turns, I'll show you all this stuff that I'm talking about here. So here's your rubber seal inside here. You can replace these pieces. You can replace all this actually, but you can replace this rubber seal piece. I probably will do that in the future, but for now I'm going to leave it. To disconnect the wiring piece on the back, you can see it has a little notch down in here, so you'll just turn it to where it'll come out of here and it'll come out, and so that'll pop out. So that's my first one disconnected. And of course I'll have to run all this stuff back up here for the new one. I'll have to run all of this, but for now I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the other end. So now I'm going to do the other side, get it undone, and get it started. This actual harness that I'm about to redo is disconnected already. Top is a Phillips head as well. I'm really hoping that once I get this all plugged in and everything else, that this will just be it. This will be the only thing that I need to do. I don't have to get crazy and do anything else. So here's your other lens out there. These two Phillips heads holding it in place. A little spider joining us on the channel today. Take your bulb out, and these are just kind of a push in and twist, and those bolts will come out. And they are 1157 bolts, and I went with the it's got a blue like hint to it, but it's a brighter white color. And then something else I'll probably end up doing is running like one. I'll probably change these to LEDs eventually once I get at least it wired up and working correctly. I will probably run LEDs on it, but I'll probably throw one of those LED strips, brake light strips, because I mean, you look at the surface area of this lens, like, and you think about how big brake lights are now on newer vehicles, like, look how small that surface area is. That's a very little surface area, so not much visibility there. And last thing you want somebody doing is running in the back of your plastic truck, you know. So I think I'm gonna do something in order to like keep this thing, where keep it where people can see it or whatever. So definitely gonna probably do LEDs, and then maybe even an LED strip that wires into both of them as well. just to keep it from, keep it from having any issues. I want to make sure people can see me from the rear. Anyway, so go back over here. 2 more Phillips head screws here on this side to disconnect this piece. And we got all this coming out here. There are those in there, keep all of our stuff together. And then same thing, this is going to twist out of that housing. And who knows, maybe just these connections in here, I'll show you what they look like. That rubber seals probably needs to be replaced. It looks pretty rough. But if you wanted the real pretty chrome, a lot of that stuff is pretty rough looking on this one here. I'll get up here and show y'all. Maybe when it was sprayed, that might be causing the bad connection there. You can see when it's sprayed, whoever sprayed it didn't cover these up. So when it was painted, and so maybe that's what's causing the connection not to be good and ground out. But that one's pretty rough too. So we're just gonna replace it and see how it goes, and I'm really hoping that's gonna be the fix. But you see, these seals on this one too are pretty bad shape. Probably go back there and replace those if you really wanted the housing itself. The chrome is kind of rusty and needs to be replaced. But this is my truck and it's a rat rod, so I don't really care too much. It's kind of a pretty rat rod. I mean, it's not real patinaed out, but still, I'm not gonna probably fuss about some of that stuff right now. I'm not a purist. I don't want it to be 100% stock and original equipment, So let's see. I think we can get up under here and probably see. This might be the difficult part, is getting up under here and seeing. Getting this wiring stuff out of here. Might be the real. Let's see. It's coming out all right, but I bet feeding it back up is going to be. Feeding it back up is probably going to be a pain in the butt. I can see that being an issue. Sure. Alright, I gotta go check on the kids. I hear them screaming, so hold on a second. I hear. Alright, back to it. The car, the Hot Wheels, the Raptor pickup truck died, so they were hollering at me because of that. So, time to crack open a beer.
Bag broke.
Uh-oh. What do we drop? Blake, did you get it?
Oh, dude.
Now let me take an intermission so I can help my wife unload the groceries.
Hey, go, bring them inside. Bring them all the way in, please.
Alright, we're back to it.
Here.
Still got distractions left. Alright, that's part of it, right? Dad things. So I got this side, I think. Let's see. Feel here. So I'm getting this side kind of pulled down here. I can foresee that this probably is going to be a pain in the butt later on, running the new ones up in there. And these wires are just brittle and stiff, so like that, just cracked there. And it's running. There's a small hole, not a small hole, but kind of a pretty decent sized hole where this is running up into this larger hole here. There's another hole that's down there and runs down into there. So I'm gonna have to get up under here and look at it so I can get it out. And really, you should be able to just pull straight down on it. I'm thinking that maybe that rubber piece seals it. Probably cause an issue. It seems like what's happening. Just have to kind of work it out up underneath here. Take this smartwatch off, so I can roll up. All right. So it's kind of hard to get to. I'm not gonna lie.
on the hot spot.
I can't do that and film at the same time. So Mommy's gonna have to do something else. Tell her I can't do it right now while I'm filming. It'll drain my battery too quick. Just getting demands. I'm out here trying to do man things. Alright, so now you might be able to see that kind of dangling down there. That rubber bushing piece definitely makes it a little more difficult. I might try to just run it up without that piece if I can pull this off. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can. I don't know. We'll see on the new one. And then this, just running across here. There are some body clips like holding these into place. So I'm gonna have to unclip it, push it up and out of those clips, and start loosening it up. Running it across here. Another clip right there, I believe. Get it out of that one. And out of that one. There we go. Work my way across here. Up under here, and I'll get up. Let me get my camera here.